Let go to heal and blossom. The ACE study part 3. Welcome to Be Fab, Be You Made Simple, your daily dose of inspiration designed to help you reinvent yourself by optimizing your body and mind. I am Maria Horstman, a health editor and coach, a fitness trainer, a speaker, and an entrepreneur, founder of BeFabBU.com. Our episodes are short and will bring you valuable content and practical nuggets for optimal health and fitness that you can implement ASAP. Let's get you to feel fabulous every day. Are you ready? Check out the show notes to 1, schedule a free call with me to discuss a plan to take your health to the next level. 2, submit a question to be featured in our Ask Me Anything episodes on Sundays. Connect with me on social media and much more. Hit the subscribe button, and if you like what you hear, share with your friends and leave it a rating. Let go to heal and blossom. The ACE study part 3. Welcome back to the Be Fab, Be You Made Simple podcast. So glad you're here. Thanks for listening and letting me be part of your life with this podcast. In today's episode, I'm picking up where I left off in terms of the mind-blowing information about the correlation between the ACE study, toxic stress, and later in life health issues that I've been sharing with you. I will touch upon resilience, strategies to heal, how to let it go. I'll also talk about my score and what I have been doing to heal. So stay tuned. Lots of awesome things. You want to stay engaged. And by the way, if you're new to the show or need a refresher, I encourage you to check out episode 37 and episode 39. And remember that if you check the befabbu.com/podcast, you will find the links to the studies and resources in the transcript. There you find all the transcripts or transcripts for most of these episodes. You find it there. So check out the notes for this show for more on the link to the transcript. Let's reflect together for a minute, shall we? So society praises people who push through and succeed often by dismissing their adversities and emotions. Would you agree with that? How many people are putting up a facade at work and even at home to protect their career and relationships? At what cost? Could that be because they feel once they open themselves up or that the wound now is going to crack or something, they will lose control and life will change forever? I guess the thought might be that life will change forever for the worse. What's going on? I bet you know somebody like that. Boy, I knew plenty when I was in corporate, and I still know now that I'm not in corporate. So according to the CDC, mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make healthy choices. I'm sure this might not be new to you, right? When I say I'm sure, might not be, now I really don't know what I'm saying, right? I'm sure you know this is not news to you. You might have not been thinking about it or, putting the dots on the I's or something. So according to the National Institute of Mental Health, a 2019 survey showed that 1 in 5 U.S. adults is living with a mental illness. However, there is still such a negative stigma against therapy. Many people forego treatment due to fear of judgment, doubt, pride, fear, misinformation. So this is something we must pay attention. We cannot ignore this. And here's another reason I encourage you to do this ACE questionnaire and get your score, is so you continue to learn more about it. Because even if you have a score of 0, okay, roughly 61% of Americans present at least one type of ACE. Roughly 12% have 4 or more types of ACE. And soon you're going to learn the importance of having 1 to 4 or more. So Dr. Vincent Felitti, who is one of the authors of the ACE study, says answering the questionnaire actually helps to normalize the conversation about adverse childhood experiences and their impact in our lives. When we make it okay to talk about what happened, it removes the power of secrecy so often has. This is why I'm so not okay with people who don't want to talk about stuff. As a coach, you're going to get more results when you open it up. When you show up as you are opening yourself for success. So Dr. Felitti also says that a mechanism and momentum for healing is set in place, even for seemingly intractable chronic conditions. Just one conversation about the fact that ACEs matter in a patient's current health can have enormously beneficial output. Asking, including about subjects that have been thought as children that nice people don't discuss, listening and accepting that patient for who they are in all their human complexity are a powerful form of doing that confirms great relief to patients. Dr. Felitti continues to see that once a patient is able to say that something happened to them when they were small, they begin to heal. And I am such a proof for that. This has been significant for me as well. And I'll share later what I've been doing it. After all the information I'm sharing here with you, I bet the expression, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, hit you differently, does it? Another upside of this understanding might be that you might be more curious about other people's lives, especially when they show or express certain behaviors and do certain actions and reactions that you might have found hard to believe or understand. What's going on? We just don't know, right? Often we're quick to judge. I don't like to be judged. Do you? No, I bet not. Look, as kids, we are defenseless. We soak it all in. We are in the middle of circumstances we have little to no control whatsoever. We build mechanisms to deal with life at that age and with the tools that we have, which are very little. And if you're like me, you may wonder where parts of your childhood memories went. Certain things I don't remember at all. It is quite amazing. Some people will suffer more than others. Just because you have ACEs, it doesn't mean your health is sabotaged either. Some children actually become emotionally resilient. Going back to that, what doesn't break you make you stronger, or doesn't, that kind of thing. So yeah, there is truth to that, but more often, no, the science is telling us that it can break us. But again, resilience can come out of this. And if you're wondering about the relationship between childhood adversity and resilience, a lot of research has evolved in this field, especially after the ACE study when it came out in, I think, 1995, 96. So I would like to share a couple of things about this resilience conversation. Two things play a key role. One, the amount of hardship the teenager or child went through. The right amount, not too much, not too little, can help build resilience, coping skills, and more. Dr. Mark Seary, associate professor at the University of Buffalo, says negative life experiences can toughen people, making them better able to manage subsequent difficulties. People who have been through difficult experiences have had a chance to develop our ability to cope. Not our ability, an ability to cope. But again, it's just the right amount of hardship. The level of predictability of chronic stress is key here. The more unpredictable the stress is, the harder it is for the body to turn inflammatory hormones off. Dr. Siri says that exposing a child to unpredictable chronic stress causes the body to churn out inflammatory stress hormones, igniting a state of chronic physical and neural inflammation and disease. Does that make sense so now? I hope so. The information in the studies in this area are fascinating. If you want to learn more about it, go to Dr. Google and start searching. And your mind is going to blow even more because there is so much information I'm sharing here, right? So here's another deal too. A team of mental health practitioners, researchers, and physicians developed the resilience study and questionnaire. So if you have an ACE score that is a high score, 4 or more, I encourage you to get your resilience score now. I added the resilience questionnaire to the transcript of this episode. There are about 14 questions. So as promised, I mentioned I was going to talk a little bit about my ACE score and things that I've done. And, they might help you as well. So I have a score of 5. Yep. And after I figured mine, I thought to myself, well, I got to figure out what my mom is and what my sister, they played key roles into my life. So I run these questions down and I got their scores. My mom has a score of 6 and my sister has a score of 7. Yes, you can imagine all goes on. And sometimes I talk about my mom and the health issues. And, I'm not going to talk much about my sister here, but there's a lot of problems, folks. And I have my own problems. So, and I'm okay sharing them with you because, I'm in a healing journey and I'm a healer myself. So this is important to be discussed. There's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be ashamed of. My discovery and healing journey started in 2015 regarding to this topic. And I started with my first session of EVOX, which I spoke about it previously. That opened myself up to unimaginable conversations and reflections and knowledge. Another phase of this journey emerged earlier this year. And although this deep work has been very emotional, it's been fascinating and very empowering too. And that's another reason why I'm doing this mini series about the ACE study and talking about evox and perceptions and things like that. We cannot just take it all in and not talk about this stuff. It's not healthy. Okay. I read, I already giving you some numbers. Wake up. If life is not going the direction that you want, and if you're already in your 30s, 40s, and 50s and 60s, and you're finding some health issues coming out of nowhere, we got to take a look at this. We got to open up your brain to think about this. I've taken several steps to put this puzzle together and figure myself out. I'm not here to blame anybody. I'm not blaming my mom or my family members. No, this is not it. And look, I'm not even sure if I will ever finish this puzzle. It's a big puzzle, okay? Thousands of pieces, seems like it. But I'll tell you this, it is very exciting to place one piece at a time. And sometimes, the pieces come and I put multiple pieces all in because they all bring that aha moment. It's quite amazing. And yes, it is work, but it's worth it. And that's what I'm after here, to place one piece at a time, to keep learning, growing, and applying and sharing with amazing people like you. We all deserve to blossom in life. And sometimes we don't know really what's going on deep inside until we decide to take a really deep look. And, talking about sharing steps, in addition to this evox therapy, in reading books and answering questionnaires and having hard conversations, a few other steps that I should mention that I have taken have been writing, intentional breathing. Yes, breathing does a lot to us. Practicing what is called mind sight. Yes, mind sight, not mindfulness, although mindfulness is part of mind sight. And also following the healthy lifestyle protocols that I recommend to my clients. I do for myself. I'm not perfect. Mm-mm. And however, I aim to do my best. Aim to do my best every day. When I fail forward. That means I reflect on what happened so I can prevent it from happening again. Again, this is a journey. And as a holistic health coach and trainer, that's what I want for you as well. I believe in you. Look, you got to believe in yourself too. And when you're ready for a hand, mine is available. I'm here to help you out. And you may know that I changed my lifestyle, my health, and my career even 180 degrees. And you might have noticed that I keep these conversations very raw. And I have no problems sharing my story and the steps that I continue to take. It is because my goal is to empower you to take the necessary steps to identify imbalances and to start and continue your health transformation journey. So I got a couple more 2 cents to add over here. Obviously, I always got cents everywhere to share. And if you have fears and stigmas, especially when it comes to therapy and things like that, learn to let it go, these fears and stigmas, please, so you discover your full potential and lead a fulfilling life that you deserve until your last breath. Don't be defined by this stuff. Be yourself. I want you to acknowledge where you're at, where you come from. Understand that when you hold on to toxic stress and untreated traumas, your body and mind are likely suffering. Understand that you are not defined by your past. Allow the science about neurogenesis, neuroplasticity, epigenetics, nutrigenomics to open your mind, your heart to this. Then it is about taking one step at a time to your next level of awesomeness. Yes, that's what you want. I know that's what you want. You don't want to be, laying down on bed or on the couch all the time, not living life, just watching TV and eating junk and feeling terrible. I know that's not what you want. There's dreams for you to accomplish. There is more in life. And even if you feel okay, how about feeling more than okay? You feel fine. That fine is such a terrible word. I don't like the word fine. How you doing? Fine. Oh my God. The bottom line is you can do something that can change the direction of your life or the life of a loved one today. You can. Therapy, meditation, mindset are strategies that have been transforming the lives of many people with ACEs, thousands of people with ACEs. So it can change the life of the next person. And that next person could be you or somebody else. Okay? I know I can get a little, excited about this stuff. It's because it's very personal to me too. And I see this everywhere. So talking about the ACE study and this mini series, it has come to an end for at least now. It's a wrap, my friend. And I would love, love, love to hear your feedback about this series, and maybe you feel comfortable in sharing your score with me. If you want to have a conversation, I'm here for you. And if you found this valuable, share it with your family and friends, please. Remember, 61% of Americans have ACEs. And if you live in another country, yes, ACEs exist in other countries too. I don't have the statistics here in front of me. But help me raise awareness, inspire people to get their score and to learn more about it. Millions of children are being raised by parents with ACEs. Yes, have you thought about this? There are campaigns in place to help prevent ACEs. 2 websites loaded with resources that I recommend you check it out are the cdc.gov and www.aces2high.com. And I put the links on the transcript as well. And of course, when you're ready to kickstart your health transformation, let's do it together. Okay, I'm in. And as long as you're in too, I would love to be part of your health village. Go to bfabbu.com and schedule a complimentary call, and let's get this conversation on. And let's get your transformation started. So sending you lots of love, and I talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening to the BFABBU Made Simple podcast. Can you do me a favor? If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend and leave it a rating. It helps the podcast, and I really appreciate it. If you're wondering where to start, head over to my website, linked in the show notes, to sign up to receive encouragement, tips, and strategies to maximize results. While you're there, download a free health guide to get you started today. If you're looking for a coach and trainer to help you optimize your weight, body, and health, get on my calendar. Let's discuss your goals, establish a custom plan, implement it, and celebrate your results. Together, we can do this. Find the link to schedule a free energy audit strategy session also in the show notes. Connect with me on social media. I would love, love, love for you to let me know that you're listening to the show. Also, see the show notes for the links. In addition to a qualified healthcare practitioner It's important that you have someone in your corner who is in for you and will help you to plan and stay on track implementing your goals. Are you ready? Let's rock and roll this boat. I will see you on the next episode of BFAB BU Made Simple. Just a reminder that this podcast is for educational purposes only. This podcast is not a substitute for health care by a doctor or other qualified medical professionals. This podcast is provided on the understanding that it does not constitute medical or other professional advice or services.